Today we're showing you how to install a Tusk UTV full glass windshield on your Polaris RZR Pro XP. It's going to be the same process for the 2 and the 4-seaters. It's simple to do. Let's get started. To start out, we've unboxed our windshield. We've laid out all of the hardware, the foam tape, and our tools. And we're going to start out by installing some foam tape across the top. So we've got this 39-inch thin piece of foam tape that's going to go on the outside of the windshield. And we'll go from top corner to top corner. And this is just going to help prevent any rattles between your windshield and roof. And then I'm going to flip this over. We're going to do the 2 foam strips down the sides. So this is the inside of the windshield, and if you want to make sure, the bend should be going up now. And we're using the 28-inch strips of thicker foam. Again, we're starting at the top of the windshield. I'm going to follow this line on the edge, and then we're going to keep that all the way down. So we're going to be about 3/4 of an inch from the bend in the windshield. When this is installed on the machine, this is going to be sitting against the roll cage. Same thing for that passenger side. Next we have the bulb seal that's going to go across the bottom vent. So with this, that little slot, that's going to press right onto the metal, and if it fits loose at any point, you can just squeeze it together. It's going to give you a tighter fit. And as you press it on, something that can help is use a soft-faced mallet and just make sure that the seal itself will be facing towards the inside of the machine when the windshield's installed. And if you have any extra length left over, you can use some side cutters to trim that off. Next, we're going to install the vent door brackets. We'll start with bracket A, and all of these, we're going to be using the 16mm button head bolts with the nylock nuts. So I'm going to start out by taking these 2 in the top mounting locations, going through the front side. We'll set bracket A just like this, so it hooks up towards the top of the windshield. We're going to use a 4mm Allen and 10mm combo wrench on all of these, and we're leaving the hardware slightly loose until we have everything installed, and then we'll make some adjustments. Then we've got bracket B. We've got the 2 bolts coming through, and then we want to set that in place so the bend is in line with bracket A. Then we have vent bracket C. So at the very bottom, again, it's the 16mm long bolt, nylock nut on the other side. And then when you tighten this one, you're going to go until it lightly snugs up and then back it off about 1/4 of a turn. And that way this bracket can pivot. Now I can take the hand knob, I'm going through the slot in bracket C. I've got a friction washer in between that and bracket A, and I'll thread it into place. And then at this point, get everything slightly snugged up, make your final adjustments, and then you can tighten down the remaining 4 bolts. And when you're lining everything up, the goal is to make it so when you lightly loosen that hand knob, everything works really smooth on the vent door bracket. Next, we're going to install the windshield wiper. We've got a plug in the top. We're using pliers to press in on the tabs and push it out. Then we're going to flip the windshield over and set it on some wooden blocks just to gain some clearance. After that, we have the handle. So I'm going to start by removing this small nut. Then we have the mount. I'm going to remove the big nut, the washer, and the grommet. We'll come in through the back side, reinstall the grommet, washer, and nut. And we're just going to snug these down using 2 19mm wrenches, or you can use a 19 and an adjustable wrench if you have to. Next, we need to attach the wiper arm to the windshield wiper. So there's 2 tabs that let this cover pop up. Just press in on those. We're going to put the arm through there and then hook it onto the wiper, press the cover back down. After that, I'm going to take the handle. We're going through the back side. And this has splines on it. You're going to line those splines up with the wiper arm, and then you've got the small nut on the outside, and we're going to tighten that down with our 10mm wrench. And as I'm doing this, I like to line up the wiper arm with the handle. And now we can prep the machine. Over at the machine, we need to install our roll cage clamps. So I'm going to remove a bolt and washer. We're not going to be reusing these. And I'm going to set the spacer aside for now. And then the clamp just pushes on. If you want to avoid scratching your roll cage, you can use a bag, slide that off. And then we're going to do those same steps on the other side. And once you have these on, you can make sure you have the front mounts for your roof. You want to loosen those up, and then we're going to have someone help me set the windshield in place. So with the windshield, we have it underneath the roof, and then in the top corners, you're going to use our M6 by 25 millimeter bolt with a washer on it, go through the windshield and that gusset, and then we've got the nylock nut on the inside. Now for the lower mounts, you're going to use the 75 millimeter long bolt with a washer on it. We'll go through the windshield, through that clamp, and then we've got the spacer on that clamp, and if it's kind of hard to start the bolt, press in on the spacer because it has that foam strip that needs to compress. With that all the way through, we've got the nylock nut on the back. We'll do those same steps for the other side, and then we can take the windshield, we're going to adjust it from side to side and up and down. Once we have it where we want it, we just need to use our 5 millimeter Allen and 13 millimeter combo wrench. We're going to tighten down the hardware. And that's how easy it is to install your Tusk UTV full glass windshield on your Polaris RZR Pro XP. If you need one of these, they're available on our website. Just click the link in the description below. If you want to see more helpful content like this, make sure you subscribe to our channel. And if you like the video, give us a thumbs up. I'm Charles with Rocky Mountain ATV MC. Thanks for watching.